While this podcast platform typically explores the spiritual biographies of practitioners in Myanmar, along with delving into the different meditation traditions there, we have somewhat shifted our focus to respond to this current crisis. While we will definitely continue to interview guests who can share Buddhist perspectives and impart wisdom at this time of need, we will be expanding our work to talk with a wider range of speakers who can add to the breadth and depth of our coverage, so that listeners can better understand the nature of the current crisis. And if there are additional topics or guests that you would like to suggest, please do so by writing us at info@insightmyanmar.org. With that, let's get on to our show. I'm speaking to Kyaw Kyaw. He is the founder and the lead singer of the punk band Rebel Riot. Kyaw Kyaw, thanks so much for taking the time to join us here.
Thank you to chance for speak out.
Yeah, so I want to begin by asking you the question that I think you've probably answered already a million times by now, but because so many are justifiably curious about how punk music got to Myanmar. It's something that I think a lot of our listeners who are not familiar with you will want to know. So can you share with us your background of how you first got attracted to punk music?
Yes. Okay. Actually, punk scene is in Myanmar since 1996. So in this time, I was very young. I don't know anything about punks. When I was teenager, around 18 years old, 18 or 19 years old, in this time, I found some punks on the street. You know, we have the water festival, Gacha in Myanmar. Every year, big, huge water festival. People they spray water each other. It's actually today's water festival. So in this festival, I found some punks on the street. Then it's made me shocked. I never see this kind of look like. I asked to my friends, who are they? What is this style? How are they? They look like gangster, or they look like they are weird. So my friend said, it's a punk. Punk is like what? They are gangster or what? He also don't know. This is just punk. I know punk is with mohawk or spiky hair or something like that. Oh, okay. Do they fight a lot on the street? Yeah, they fight police. They fight to other people. They are drinking and they do nothing. But I don't believe what he explained me. But for me, I can feel this guy who look like punk, maybe some meaning behind. I really interesting because this is, you know, I can feel it. It's something behind. It's meaningful. Then next day I change my style. I don't know why. You know, I make table glue and paper glue to my hair and totally black clothes and black trouser. Usually my parents they don't allow black t-shirt at home because of they believe some weird religion. This religion don't allow black clothes. So if you wear black clothes, this is dangerous, or you have no you have bad luck for. So I don't care. I thoroughly change my style, and they don't like me, and they worry about something happen to me, maybe car accident or something happen. I bring my culture. Then I don't know anything about punk music. I just change my style, and this is something like a rebellion to show this society. I show, like a rebel on this. But in this time, I listening Linkin Park, Slipknot, Ever Loving. That's all. But for me, this time, Ever Loving is first time for me. I listen Ever Loving a lot. She playing skateboard or something. So I don't know anything about punks. I just feel comfortable and free to myself. I don't care other people think to me, and this is maybe another state of my. Then in 2006, I found Sex Pistol DVD on the black market. So black market is in this time we are under our military system. So China importing by underground for business. So they have black market. So this black market you can buy porn movie, you can buy lots of uncensored DVD. You can buy global famous DVD like a Scorpion band, like a Slayer, like a Gun N' Roses. So I found this DVD. Then I saw Sex Pistol DVD. Oh, what the fuck! I know this Sex Pistol, but I don't know about their music. I saw a lot of T-shirts. A lot of young people were in this time. Sid Vicious, Johnny Rotten. Sex Pistol is very popular T-shirt, but I think no one listen Sex Pistol. But I found Sex Pistol DVD. That I bought this only, I think $1. So I bought this and I play at home. It thoroughly made me change. Their concert is not like a entertainment. They are just doing crazy on the stage. A lot of people are from the ground. They throwing with rubbish to the stage. They also don't care. Sometimes they fight with the Orient. They do whatever they want on the stage. Orient also don't respect them. So this is punk. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. Here a lot of musicians are they care so much. Orient also cares so much that they behind about business and money. But Sacristo DVD is made me crazy. This is very rebellion. I never see concert like this in my life. It's totally weird. They do whatever they want. I found really human freedom in my heart. Oh, then I fall in love not only style, not only fashion. I also like punk music and punk attitude. Then I try to go again and again this black market area or the CD shop. I found casualty. I found H fighters. Some interesting punk tape and other DVDs. So it's made me totally change. After that, I don't listen anymore Linkin Park or Slipknot or Ever Loving. I listen, old school punk like a Ramon, The Clash, and H Fighter. In this time, we don't have internet. So no, we have internet, but only rich people can use because of very expensive 1 hour, like $2. So we can't pay for this. Also, I don't know how to use computer. So my friend told me if you really want to know more about punks, you should find internet. Internet is very very wide. You can find whatever you want, but I don't know how to use. But 2000 around 2000. I did nearly end of the 2006. I studied internet. Then I little bit more include all the punk in my life. So I found more explorer.
Right. So after your experiences with the music and the style and everything else, what does punk mean to you? How would you define punk?
For me, punk is meaning is a loss. Everybody say. So also for me, punk meaning a lot, but my truly believe punk for me is rebellion, be yourself, and you stand for human rights, you stand for justice, you stand for freedom yourself. So punk is be yourself and rebellion against injustice. So
Yeah, so you got into punk as a kind of rebellion and a call for freedom and fighting for injustice. And you got into this at a time when you did not have any of these things in your country. There was really no freedom or no rights in your country, and you were embracing an art form.
My country has no human right. My country has no freedom. My country is any, justice. So when I found punks, so punk is give me inspiration to fight for them.
Right, right. And that's what music does. That's what creativity and art forms do. And across all societies, across all time, is they allow a certain kind of expression against limitations of that society. And I want to go into the art form of punk itself, because I have to confess that I haven't really listened to a lot of punk music. But the more I've learned about you, the more interested I've become in this musical form, seeing how you relate to it and how you produce it. So, for someone like me, and probably listeners that are on here who hears punk music, and we just kind of hear it as loud noise, we don't appreciate it the way you do. Can you help me and can you help us to better understand the artistry and the creativity behind the music so that we can appreciate it better?
Uh, for me, I really inspiration punks in my life. So my first punk inspiration from UK, USA, and Australia and Indonesia. Then for me, punk is truly human being. They don't care what people think. They really stand for what they believe. They don't care society. They don't want to be part of society. This is what I learned from Western punk, right? So Western punk, fuck the system, fuck the government. So this is give me a lot of energy and inspiration. But in 2000, I think around 2010, I I related with Indonesian punk. Indonesian punk is I feel a little bit different, one band I found, but not in all Indonesia, but one band I found. This band are also doing social thing. This is similar with my mind, Oh, it's interesting because of Western punks are they already have human rights, they already have democracy, they already have, you know, a lot of things what we don't have. But Indonesia punks, we are like similar. They are under religious law, not so free like a Western country. So the I inspiration again Indonesian punks. So this Indonesian punks are gave me a lot of energy too. So I miss Indonesian punk scene and I miss the Western punk scene together, make my own. You know what I stand for? I live in Myanmar, so I do something with my own mind. My brothers around the world, all punks around the world, they are responsible for their country. They're responsible and fight for their country situation. But if I am Myanmar, I live in Myanmar, so I should fight my problem, not only copy from Western, not only copy from other country. I have to create my own. So when I look around myself, we had to a lot of fight for. For example, the big problem is military system. Second is we have a lot of civil wars, we have a lot of poor people, so many problems around us. So this is we focus for our thing. So we create our own punk meaningful because of punk is not only noise music and loud, also your attitude responsible for around you to fight. That's why, yeah, we are I think creation and activism and social work together.
Right. So you're getting into you being a fan of punk music to you being a creator and an artist of punk music. And that leads to the formation of your band, Rebel Riot. So can you give us the background of how this band was formed? Why did you want to form it?
I told you when I found around 2004, I was around 17, 18. Then 2006, I thoroughly know punk music from Sex Pistol, Spider, and other kind of old school punk band around 1980. Then 2007, we have Saffron Revolution. Did you know about Saffron Revolution, right? Saffron Revolution. In Saffron Revolution, a little bit saying like right now, we are the part of team brothers in this time. We go on the street, we show solidarity with the people who fight for democracy. So a lot of shoot people on the street and in downtown. So we are part of these brothers. Then after a few days later, the soldier shooting a lot of people on the street. Then I found that I feel so scary. I never see in my life people shooting and killing, and this is I have so much trauma after I saw this that the whole body is shaking. I'm so scary. I'm so worried. I'm so angry, and I don't know what to do. But then after Saffron Revolution finished, the military took the power again. But I still thinking, what should I do for this country? What should I do for something? A lot of people die for, in our country, a lot of people die for democracy. So I want to do something. I am the part of this thing. But I'm no politician, but I should do something. This is what I'm thinking a lot. After that, I don't know what should I do. Should I join the army? No, I don't know. I don't believe to fight with weapon because this is stupid. But I believe with music. Music is you can create and you can shout whatever you want. So because I already inspiration punk music before Saffron Revolution. So that's why okay, we should make a band. Then I discussed with my friends. Shall we make a band? Our band is just for shouting what we feel, what we angry. That's it. Then we create a band. The band name is the River Riot. River Riot is, for me, River is not bad guy. River is you are a person who move for revolution. You do for revolution. This person is a rebel. So riot means I don't know. In this time, my English is so bad. So for me, protest and demonstrate it. This is for me riot. So rebel riot is what we see. A lot of people on the street. They are together. They are rebel. They are on the street, they make riot because they want justice, they want human rights, they want freedom. So that's why River Riot is for freedom, for riot, for freedom, for democracy, and for justice. So that's why we create River Riot. But actually, honestly, we don't write so much political song in that time. We only making music, we just shout what we angry for. So not politic, not always politic to government. No, we are just because we already had trauma from Saffron Revolution, so we need to anger out again. Our anger need to out by music. That's why we just playing whatever we want. We just shouting. We just complain something. We just shouting what we angry for. So not political in this time, but then moving it change, then we found some injustice by politics. We fight for, we make some for some politics song.
Right. So you're describing that when you formed your band, a lot of it was just wanting to shout and express anger and be able to get this emotion out, the response to the dictatorship, to the Saffron Revolution. And yet I know in Burmese society, for a variety of reasons, anger is not always seen as a very appropriate emotion to express. And I think this is due for a couple of reasons. One might be the role of Buddhism. It might also be the military oppression. And it could be some of the cultural underpinnings like anabare. And so what I'm curious about is what has it been like for you to use your art form and your creativity as an outlet for anger in a culture where expression of anger in any form is not considered so appropriate generally.
Yeah, you are right. Our country is a loss of shine, I think background is by Buddhism or military press or both, The people are so shy because angry is negative thing. If you are angry, not good for your karma, Angry is fire, peace is water. So lots of people don't allow to angry. So for me, after I found the punks, my mind is most or time are opposite of this society. When they say right, I looking for another view. I looking for perspective view. No, this is I'm always complaining what some people say from something. And I not easy to agree after I found punk. I not easy to follow. I always criticize and I always look in different perspective view. I never easy to agree. Before I found punk, I also do shy guy. I'm always following and okay, about I don't care about is it right or wrong. I just easy to follow. But after I found punks, my mind is totally changed. I always criticize and I always criticize and thinking a lot. What my parents say to me, then I started thinking. I think again. When my other teachers say, I'm not easy to accept for what other people say. This is very good for me. Can't change my life, So I always uh, I'm different perspective view after I found the punk. So they say shouting is no good. I say shouting is good. If you don't leave your anger, this anger like it inside burning yourself. Not good. If you shout, already release your energy is already released and you feel good. Then our sound are criticized to society. You are following the money, you are following the power, you are following something, and then you don't see yourself. So this kind of song we wrote like Papa Society. Also, you guys don't trust each other because of money and authority. You are always stuff. You trying to stuff yourself. You trying to lie to your brother. You trying to lie to your sister. You trying to lie to your parents. So we criticize a lot, and we see the society what we feel, and we angry and shout again for this what we don't agree or what we don't like. So that's why. But usually my daily life is I am not angry person. I am very peace guy. I always peace and quiet because when I was teenager, I used Riot pen and I use pen music. I shouting a lot. Maybe that's why I am more peace and peace.
That's very true. I saw the documentary with you in it, the My Buddha is Punk. Yeah, and I was so touched by some of the scenes in there where you and your friends or your colleagues, you're having real differences of opinion, like over pretty serious matters, and you're discussing them together. And every difference of opinion that comes, any conflict, on one hand, you're expressing your opinion very directly and clearly. You're not shy, as you say, and you're very direct in what it is you want to say. But the softness and the sweetness and the ease and how you're saying things, it was really quite beautiful. And then it cuts to you singing one of your songs, and of course the anger and the rage is there, and you come on as an artist. And so that was that's really beautiful. And it, I also hear as like, punk music is giving you this kind of agency. It's giving you this kind of right to be able to criticize. And I think you're right. In Myanmar society, that partly because of fear of the military oppression, partly because of the way Burmese Buddhist values have been interpreted culturally, there's this sense of not really criticizing or calling out what is wrong or what or wanting to identify fault in others or things like that. And I think that when I think that that could have some good tendencies in terms of trying, because I think definitely you could be too far one way where you're always looking at all the problems that are there and you're focused on it. But when you are not able to speak out against what is wrong and criticize it, then you just let that wrong continue to perpetuate. And I think we're kind of jumping ahead in the conversation. We'll get there more in a moment, but because we're on this topic now, it seems that in this present moment, I'm seeing, and tell me what you think, in Burmese society, I'm seeing kind of like a lid that's being taken off, and people are being truthful and honest about their opinions in ways that I've never seen before. Just merely saying, like, I am suffering, I am not okay, I am angry, I'm upset. In many ways, this is actually the first noble truth of the Buddha. This is the first noble truth, is there is suffering. And to say out loud, there is suffering and I feel it, well, that's identification with that pain. But I think if you're not so familiar with Burmese society, you don't identify how unique it is for people to be at this moment expressing that emotion in rage or in tears, or however it's being expressed, as openly and as raw as it is. It's something I've never seen before. So I wonder what, as someone like you who has been pushing back against this tendency of shyness and having your own agency and really taking a lot of personal risks to be able to express how you feel and what you think, at a time when it was really not safe or comfortable to do so. What's your feeling about what's going on right now with the cultural shift in Burmese society?
Right now, yeah, Burmese society is, always shine or their traditional Buddhism, and they never trying to rebellion or what they believe. So sometimes they smile, but I found one. I read one book about Burmese people smile. One they smile, one they angry, they smile. One they happy, they smile. One they jealous, they still smile. We have lots of smile meaningful. Not only happiness smile. Sometimes these people smile. Maybe I know even he smile inside he angry. Sometimes he smile. Maybe he is shy. So this Burmese society is most of the time they are peaceful. They are very shy. They are very what you say Anna something. But other side is they are not honest for their feeling. They always trying to hide what they are really feeling because they never show to they are real, truly feeling. So right now, a lot of people I found their faces mostly scary, but they don't show they are scary, but I can feel it, they're scary or they worry but they try to make happy each other. Like, Burmese people, one thing very good, they like so much donation. So one they sad or one they are happy or they always try to hang out with people and making food together and donation to other people. This is very beautiful thing. Even right now when I talk right now, after 3 minutes I walk outside, some soldier and police are around the corner, around near my street. They are around 10 people. So that's why my body is not so loud. I speak a little bit too, That these police and soldier they make security at night. So the whole day they are not going. They are walking around the town and they check in other products. And this time, this morning I saw lots of people in my neighbor. They trying to put some food together and they trying to donate. They invite me, hey guys, come and eat, but they are feeling worried and scary, but they trying to destroy their feeling with donation. So this is beautiful and this is good. But right now, your question is what happening right now. Is a lot of people that are scary and worry right now.
Are you seeing these emotions that people have at this time of feeling uncomfortable or angry or scared or anything else are, in the past, there's been, because of like anabade, there's been a shyness to really express how you feel, to try to hide it, as you said, with many different smiles. So these days, do you feel that people are still following the same pattern of not really showing their feelings, or is there a greater honesty with how people are expressing themselves?
Yeah, right now, you know, I live under a military system for so many years. So in this time, people are happy even under our military time. They are not scared so much because of they used to live under our military system for so long. So they don't care. They try to make happy themselves and they try to create their own community stuff. Right now, people I see a lot of people are more scary because of after 2010 our country is going to democracy way, right? Since 2010 to 2020. So a lot of army people have big hope for our country, especially they have big hope for their children and their generation. So nobody think in 2021 the military will take the power. People always think they are big, huge future for their children, their generation. Now they feel like so sad and so scary. I can see their face because of I know, oh, we live in under a military system for so long. I never saw their face is scary because of they used to live. They don't think about their children because of they never think democracy will get. But 2010, we get the democracy and we go into the democracy way. So they have big, huge future. Now this future, they feel like destroying or stealing or their dream is disappear. So they are more scary face. Also, people are more solidarity this day.
Right, right. I want to go back to talking about punk and about your role as an artist and discuss a bit about artists overall in Burmese society. Not so long ago, before this experiment in democracy, Burmese artists didn't really have the right to be creative however they wanted to, whether it was writing or painting, making music or movies, whatever. There were these official censors which prevented artists from being able to produce what they wanted to. Some could face jail time or worse. And your band was formed and you started playing when this lack of freedom was still in place. You mentioned elsewhere you could actually be arrested on the street just for dressing as punk when you're outside. So you continued making music, and as greater freedoms came into the country, you had more you had more expression at that moment. So how did it feel for you as an artist to be able to grow in a society where you were having increasing freedoms in your work year by year from the time that you started the band until just recently, I guess?
Uh, you know, we are I'm from 2007, so we trying to make a band. We are in the underground sense, so not popular. A lot of people don't know. We are only keep in touch with the young teenager, some punk kids, not at all people. Even my parents don't know what I'm doing. Even my parents don't know what I'm singing about. They only shouting to me. My music is shouting. They shouting for my music because of our music is nonsense. It's only noise and shouting. So they only trying to stop when I play our song, when I play guitar at home. So even we and this generation are not keep in touch, but we have keep in touch with young people. So in this time, military government is they only check in for political activists because energy Aung San Suu Kyi and their follower they always checking and trying to following with a lot of secret police. But they think punks are shooters or alcoholic or junkie. They don't care. Even they don't want to listen our song because they only interesting. Some artists are very big influence to the a lot of people. So we are not like this. We are not influence to the people. So they don't care about us, but they checking everywhere. Secret police do the video actor, filmmaker, artist, some artists, a painter, musician, who's singing and who's shouting, who painting for politics. So they don't see punks. You know what I mean? Punk is punk are underground music and not popular to mainstream and not influential to the Burmese society. So they don't give time to us. So this is good for us. This is one thing is very good for underground scene. Underground scene is even right now they arrest a lot of famous artists, but underground musicians stay invisible right now. So this is underground music, underground artist the opportunity.
Right. Yeah. And so you were able to make music kind of under the radar, a bit underground. But then as society opened up and there were greater reforms and greater freedoms in the last decade, in the 2010s, did that greater freedom in society allow you to grow as artists as well?
Yeah. After 2010, a lot of artists are coming up, or also more underground scene grow up. Some politic artists, a lot of artists are more grow up because the country are open. A lot of NGO are coming and they sharing knowledge from outside to the young people, artists, the artists grow up sing after 2010 to 2020.
Right, that's great. And your work eventually reached the appreciation of punks everywhere. For example, Henry Rollins told Al Jazeera, quote, "I think Rebel Riot is using the vehicle of music to put a message across is punk music in its purest form and optimum application," end quote. So what did it feel like to hear that appreciation of you and your work from one of the legends?
Yeah, I was so happy because I have tattoo of love flag. I was so happy when I saw this Al Jazeera magazine because I love love flag a lot. I have not so many band tattoo on my body. I have love flag and teachers and spider. So he said this. I'm so happy.
That's great. So I want to switch topics a bit and talk about Buddhism. So this has been a subject that typically this has been the center of our podcast and our interviews, especially before the coup. So we do have a listener base that's very interested in Buddhist practice. And specifically, I want to explore and learn more about your own Buddhist practice and your interaction with the Dhamma. So, can you tell me, what do you see as the main teachings of the Buddha? What was the important parts of his message?
DIY lifestyle, like a punk. He say in Pali language, he say atai atanonato. This means believe yourself. So if you want to do the best, you are the main person who can do it. Focus yourself. So focus yourself means not selfish way, he teach us you are the like a think yourself, do yourself, create yourself, and share to the other people with love and kindness, and trying to live in this short life with really alive human. So this is main big I learned from Buddha.
That's beautiful. And that learning that you had, did that come from a teacher or a tradition or your community, your family, or did it come from your own reading and study? How did you derive that?
My really my background is traditional Buddhism. So my parents teach me like a power. My parents teach me Buddhism like not like a I don't know how to say. They like brainwashed to me. They made me scared with the hell. They made me like with the heaven or also I don't know. It's the Buddhism have hell or heaven or. But when I was young, I was so scared what my parents say. Every night I should pray to Buddha, otherwise I will go to hell. So I really don't like Buddhism. A lot of rules and a lot of following, and I'm not comfortable with Buddhism. Always scary for something. Like if you thinking bad thing, then bad karma is coming, and a lot of they makes us scary always. So for me, Buddhism is made me scary my young people life. So I'm not serious to Buddhism, but I am traditional Buddhism. But after I found punks, I always criticize to something. I criticize to Buddhism, then me and my parents are getting angry because my parents don't like criticize to Buddha, criticize to Buddhism. So they don't like, they only want to believe without thinking. Shut up, listen, and believe. So I don't want this. I'm being atheist. Even I am now. I don't have religion. So I try to read a lot of books, a lot of Buddhism book, the philosophy book, and I found Theravada, Mahayana, Zen, Tibetan. A lot of Buddhism. I found so many ways, but I learned most are Zen Buddhism. Zen Buddhism is similar like a punk. They don't care so much about rules. They are like, they are like really rebellion. Buddhism rebellion. I found Zen is kind of Buddhism rebellion. Like that. Oh, it's so nice. Like similar like punk. They don't give a fuck. So, but also I don't believe in religious organization. Any religious organization, they are behind business, working with government, and I really don't believe. I don't want to be part of the religious people, part of religion. Then I found punks. I found Buddhism, but I don't think I am Buddhism. I believe, I am the human being. I can believe whatever I want. So I learned Buddhism. Some are good. I took it. And I try to mix with the punk because right now even I like a Buddhism thinking, but I don't want to be Buddhism because Buddhism is you are really strongly believe in Buddhism, and I don't want to be part of religion, but then I try to make meaning by myself like Buddhism is not religion for me, it's kind of philosophy for your life. So it's a way of living, way of life. This is a Buddhism or Pan is saying, Pan also way of living, way of your life. So Buddhism also for me like way of living, way of your life. So I don't want to be follower of religion. I just like the idea. That's why.
Right. And from learning about you previously, you're definitely very dedicated to the Dhamma, to the teachings of the Buddha. You've talked about how much you respect the Buddha and his teachings, but as you say here, not keen on religious groups. And you've explained the idea elsewhere. I want to quote something you said. You said, quote, "I just hate the way the organization tries to control everyone through religion, but some religious ideas are like a map for life. Buddhism and punk are similar. Punks hate the system, the government, countries. Why? Because punks think these are oppressive. So punk wants a Buddha world." End quote. So towards these ends, one of your more famous songs is called "Fuck Religious Rules." So how do you suggest that one try to be a good Buddhist and have respect for the Buddha without at the same time creating some kind of Buddhist system or organization?
Actually, for me, I learning about other religion a little bit too, like Christian, Islam, so Jesus, about Buddha. They are also human like us. They are also human like us. They trying to live in this life with good way, good energy. They trying to create beautiful thing. So they are like a human, but they are very good human. But who believe them? They trying to make organization and trying to control the people. So then people have to believe that they had to follow a lot of rules and like I don't know how to say, the organization, they had to follow one person and you can't do anything what you think, so you have to follow. I don't believe in this. That's why, in Zen Buddhism, I like one quote, very nice. In your way, Buddha is close to your way. What should we do? Kill him and go to your way again. So I like this quote a lot. So this is very really meaningful for me. For example, Buddha is, if he say good thing, I like it. It's then I took it. Maybe one day it's not useful. I don't care about him. I will remove this idea. I will take another. You know what I mean? So that's why. Because everybody had different medicine. Somebody found everybody had different medicine from their behind. Somebody found the truly in Jesus. Somebody found truly in Buddha. Somebody found truly in, the Tang, whatever, everybody had different medicine. So some people took good thing from someone. It's good.
Okay, so with that, let's listen to the track entitled Fuck Religious Rules.
Islam, Christian တွေအတွက်မင်းတို့တစ်ကောင်နဲ့တစ်ကောင်စတဲ့ဖြတ်နေကြတာငါတို့မျက်စိထဲမှာခွေးရဲ့ကိုင်းနေသူပဲဒီပဲဘာလာရဲ့စိတ်မြများဒီပဲဘာလာရဲ့စပွားများဒီပဲဘာလာရဲ့စပွားများဒီပဲဘာလာရဲ့စိတ်မြများဒီပဲဘာလာရဲ့စပွားများဒီပဲဘာလာရဲ့စိတ်မြများဒီပဲဘာလာရဲ့စိတ်မြများဒီပဲဘာလာရဲ့စပွားများဒီပဲ
Right, and in another song, you actually went after monks who supported Mabatha. This is the anti-Muslim group of monks, and you called them out for being fascist monks. And in Burmese society, it's somewhat unseemly. It's not very common or appropriate for a layperson to go after and publicly criticize a monk. So did you have any hesitation in deciding to do that?
Yeah. Here, if you say something bad thing about monk, you are horrible. You are evil guy. They don't wanna see you or they wanna kill you. So in Mabada group, one day hate speech to Islam 2013. In this time we don't have this song. We criticize them on the newspaper called AP. So we say they are not monks, they are fascist monks. This is what I believe. This international news is huge in 2013. This is before the song. So after this news are huge, a few local newspapers are writing by Burmese translation. So a lot of people are sending to Riot masses. They treating us. They wanna kill us because we are so rude to criticize monk. Even this man are horrible, you cannot criticize. So I'm scary because if I go out, maybe they will kill me or they will fight with me. Then it's maybe also more energy I don't care, After this, 2014, we make this song, Fuck Fascist Marx. So, in this time, also, we are a few treated from the people or religious people. But some young people agree what we say. Some open-minded young people agree what we say about that. But some religious people don't like it. But I told you before, our band is not popular and not so influential to the whole society. Maybe that's why a lot of people don't know. That's why we are a little bit less dangerous, I think.
Right, right. So regarding your own relationship with Buddhism, do you have a meditation practice?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, and what tradition is it?
I did Vipassana sometime.
And is there a certain lineage or a tradition or teacher that you follow in?
No, I don't have not really one teacher. Maybe my teachers are from the book. So I read some book and I try to practice. Sometimes I also make meditation and drinking same time. Because the meditation means focus in present. What you're doing, what you do something, focus every second, every minute. You try to practice, even you going to toilet, even you drinking beer, even you walking on the street, even you play guitar, everything. If you forget, this is also meditation. Meditation is not like a trying to doing. No, maybe this is difficult to understand. Meditation is also like a way of living.
So not like within like Mogok or Mahasi or Lady or yeah.
No, I have no experience for this because I don't know. I saw lots of people who go to meditation center for 10 days or 30 days. I don't trust them, because our mind is like a ball under the our mind is like a ball on the water. If you brush this ball under the water, when you brush, ball is under the water. When you remove it, this ball is coming up by speedily and strongly. So our mind is like this. If you don't have like what I said before, you go to the Mahasi or Mogo or doesn't matter whatever you go, you press to your mind, then your mind is like a 10 day is okay. After 10 day, more they are like a, for example, what I said before, the angry person are more angry, greedy person are more greedy. I saw my experience around my neighbor, they look like quiet a few days, and next time angry person are more angry and greedy person are more greedy. I don't make everybody, I mean it's most of people I saw it, so I don't believe so much in meditation center, because you can practice also your own every day what you doing, you focus what you doing, but difficult for other people. So
Right. So how did you get your method? Did you just go back and read like the Pali scriptures, the suttas, and the original teachings of the Buddha, or how did you devise your own way of how to practice?
I don't know. When I was in school, we had the meditation for 5 minutes or 10 minutes when I was grade 8. So I enjoyed it. When I make meditation, I feel like peace, and this is kind of like a hobby. And when I was school, meditation is maybe hobby. After that, I don't do meditation anymore. But on 24, I try to do a little bit more meditation every day. Then sometimes I do so much, sometimes I don't do nothing. I'm not doing always meditation, but my meditation is I try to watch my mind. I not focus something. I try to watch my mind is jumping like every second, how many jump, or I'm trying to watch my mind like a movie. And this is my meditation.
That's great. That's nice. So I want to move on. We were talking a bit about Mabatha and the anti-Muslim monks. And today, these days, especially after the coup, we're seeing this wide range of Burmese Buddhists that are coming to a reckoning of some sort about the terror that their military has been inflicting on ethnic peoples, such as the Rohingya. Some have been actually issuing public apologies that they never really understood the extent of the harm. They were blinded by the propaganda. And yet you were one of the few Burmese Buddhists to publicly acknowledge this, even when it was happening, and to speak out against it at your own personal risk. In this documentary, My Buddha is Punk, there's this beautiful exchange between you and a friend who's worried that the Muslims will threaten the Buddhist sasana. And you gently remind him that it's the responsibility of individual Buddhists to maintain the Dhamma. So, my question first is, what was it like being such a lone voice back then, taking an ethical position that was so unpopular back when you were saying it?
Because when I make meditation or when I do this way, I don't feel like humans are not so different. We are all same. Doesn't matter white or black or Rohingya, or Islam, Buddhism, or Christian. For me, all are same. If some people pain, also this doesn't matter. No one want to be a pain. No one want to be suffering. So when I saw Rohingya people are like that, I feel like I compare like my family. How about their position in my family? How about I compare like myself? So not only Rohingya, I saw some suffering people from me. I feel so sad. I always compare myself. This is compassion or this is like kindness or I don't know. But a lot of people are in my country. They close their heart. So once they form different religion, different color, they a little bit look down. For example, not only Rohingya, they also look down to a little bit to Rakhine people, a little bit to Kachin people, Kayin people, So they don't know about that because they are under our military education for so long. They are very the Burmese-ization. I don't know. They're like the proud to be Burmese, Burmese people. So they don't know themselves. But I already told you, punk is changed my life a lot. Punk is really criticized to me a lot. Punk is real education for me. So I look in myself and I make meditation. I look in punk. I listen punk music. Is a lot of lock are open from my inside. I have a lot of unlock for religion. I have unlock for nationalism. I unlock for other stuff. My mind is a little open from this, from there, from that. So I have little different position from other people. This minute I don't say I'm special. We are different. I have different position from this view because I have more opportunity than other people because I found punk. I learning a lot of punk music. I translate a lot of punk music. This gave me a lot of good education. Also, I can speak a little bit more English than other people, so I can communicate with global punks, and I have more chance than other people. Maybe this is one good opportunity for me than other people. Also, that's why I'm trying to share my idea to other people. Not like criticize. I never say you are wrong. I never say maybe my view is this. How do you think? Maybe they angry me first time because Myanmar people are not used to discussion, not used to debate. They are easy to angry if not the same idea with them. So difficult to talk. You are different opinion to other people. But my punk society is different. We try to think a lot. Even we agree or we don't agree. After discussion, we think a lot. That's why you can see this short interview, short discussion in our community. My Buddha is punk.
Right. And so then what has it been like now to see so many Burmese Buddhists reversing course and now coming on board to affirm what you had long been saying? So in other words, you were speaking this opinion when it was very unpopular for many years, and now you're hearing many other people start to say this opinion that they had always criticized you for. So what has it been like to hear people start to support that opinion all of a sudden?
Lots of people publish apologize to Rohingya and other ethnic group because they are same position like a Rohingya right now. Before the military, they only watch the military news, so they think Rohingya people are very bad people. They destroy their house, and the military is right. Now military are doing, even on the city, they don't care about the media, they don't care about CCTV, they killing people, they banning house. So people saw this, they compare what Rohingya look like, then they feel sad and sorry. But they say only a few people apologize on publish. Not lots of people are stay close. I see.
Right. So this is a situation that's still changing. And I want to talk now about your work providing food to homeless and poor communities through the organization Food Not Bombs. Can you tell me more about what started that involvement?
Food Not Bombs movement we start from 2013. I already told you before, I very inspiration in Indonesian punks. So 2013, we go to Indonesia for tour, Jakarta, Bandung, and different city. So we saw they are doing Food Not Bombs. That was really interesting. Hey, what are you doing? Cooking food and sharing and giving to other. Oh, this is called Food Not Bombs. Oh, I saw this logo on internet. It's like the hand are talking the carrot. Oh, this is interesting. Can you share idea a little bit? They explain a little bit to me. Then I asked to our band members, hey guys, shall we make this project in Myanmar after we go to Myanmar? They say yes, good idea. Then we go back to Yangon. We try to make Food Not Bombs chapter in Myanmar. So this is very funny. I will tell you. First time, we are drinking every Monday night, just drinking and hanging out, criticize the system, criticize to the government, and we talking about punk and sharing music, just drunk every Monday night, puking on the street, sometimes sleeping on the street. So when we come back, our attitude changed. Okay, every Monday night, we don't drink so much. Normally we drink 6 beer. Okay, how about we drink 3 beer? So the rest of money are saving for the food, cooking for the homeless. I say, yes, good idea. Then we save this money and we stay drinking, we not stop drinking, we stay drinking and we cooking and we get to the homeless, the fried noodle, and first time fried noodle. Then first time homeless people, they don't believe us. They think we are gangster, we wanna fight them. They run away, We say, no, please trust us. We really want to give food. And they look at us. Are you sure? Yes, we are sure. Then finally, next Monday night, when they saw punks are coming, we are hungry, we are waiting for you. And the Food Not Bombs is beautiful thing and happen again. So then 2015, we need to help to the HIV center. A lot of kids have HIV because their parents had HIV disease. So the HIV center, a lot of kids, we wanna supporting food and toys or some present for the kids, but we don't have enough money. Then we play song on the street with the acoustic music. We play song on the street. We give the flyer to the people. Hey, we had a plan. We wanna go to the HIV center. If you want to trust us, if you wanna join us, if you wanna support us, please support. And they give a lot of money. And this time we got over $100. Then one media is interview Thursday that he published on he published. After that, we are very popular about food bombs in Myanmar. Punks are giving food to the homeless. They try to help the HIV center. A lot of people are changed their mind a little bit when they looked into the punk. I think it's 2015. Then even now, a lot of people they support to food bombs. They are not punk. They stay support to food bombs. So we even right now we are still helping to the homeless people, old poor people, and lots of CDM people. We try to help whatever we can. Also IDP camps, we still do it. Also we have the international attention to global media are coming and they publish about food bombs a lot, so everybody know.
So the food that you give, you cook yourself and it's vegetarian, is that correct?
Yeah, sometimes we cook ourselves vegetarian, sometimes we cook we bought ready food from the poor seller. So this money are going to poor community and this food are going to homeless people.
Oh, right. So that works out both ways. Yeah. Okay. That's wonderful. So you have had quite an extensive background in all these different areas we've looked at of punk and activism and food not bombs and Buddhism and everything else, your stand on the Rohingya. So this kind of gives us a background for who you are going into February 1st. And I'd like to spend the rest of the time talking about what you have done and what your thoughts are since the coup. So let's move closer to this current moment. Even before the coup, you said the following, quote, "Our generation is very different. The government doesn't understand what young people want and what the new generation needs. They don't understand at all," end quote. I think this is an important quote because we're talking about this Generation Z. So how do you find your generation and the generation younger than you different? In what ways are they different? And what does your generation need if, as you're saying, the military doesn't understand what it is they think you need?
Our generation is Generation Y. So Generation Y is right now around 30 years old. They live under a military system for so long. They also live in a few democracy and they know a little bit a few freedom and democracy time. I mean artificial democracy even. So we really our generation have experienced a lot in the darknet time. So Generation Z, when they grow up together with technology, so their time is 21st century and a lot of the technology around them. And before we don't have any technology. We are closed country, we don't know. Even we don't have television every house when I was young. When they are young, everybody have phone. Everybody can see the war easily, so the information are easy to spread. So also they feel they don't know anything about military time. They grew together with the democracy time and they feel like free, they are really free. They have no experience about what we have before. So this is different. When military coup happen, they are more brave than other Generation H or other Generation Y, because Generation Y and Generation H had trauma. We had trauma. When military coup happen, we are scary and we know and we see what they did before, But Generation Z, they have no experience. They know they read in the book or something. They have no experience. But Generation H, when they saw a lot of people time from the 1988. Generation Y, when they saw lots of people time in Saffron Revolution. Generation Z, they don't see anything about how military are horrible. But they read like story from 1,000 years ago, when they read 88 or when they read 2007, this is not their experience. So this already happened, not in our time. Well, now, when they feel this, then they are more angry. They know what is freedom taste than us, so they are more active and more brave and more creation and more technology and more rebellion than us. There's a different generation, 8 generation, 1 generation.
Right. And let's move on to looking at this current moment and what you and your band has been doing. How have you been engaged during these current protests? What have you been doing?
First before after we hear COPs is happening, then we had no idea at all what should we do. But I'm thinking in my mind, would be nice, big, huge funeral bombs between demonstration. I already imagined this. A big demonstration, funeral bombs are there, and we're trying to give food to the protest people. Then also we want to be part of protest, but it's scary to be arrested, I don't want to go to jail because I have to do so many things. On February 2nd, February 3rd, February 4th, we are only criticizing on Facebook. Some people criticize, should go to the protest on the street. Some people say no. Some people say yes, some people say no. We are. But February 5th, one guy from Mandalay, Dr. Tizasan, he's a doctor and activist from Mandalay. He organized first demonstration in Mandalay with a few people, I think 15 people. Then in this morning, directly, he and another friend arrest 3 people arrested in Mandalay. Oh, fuck. While we go out, maybe sure we were arrested. But same day, we also go out in evening, and not evening, around 4 p.m. We are around 10 people going and showing 3 fingers salute and shouting, we don't want military cops, we don't want military cops, and we shouting a lot. Then a lot of people are happy and they clapping and they support us from there. Also they show a 3 finger salute around our demonstrate area. I feel so scary. Lots of media also making photo and video, and after time of 15 minutes, I told to my friend, let's go. Police is coming soon. There one police guy coming. We are go and run away, and we took the taxi, but lots of taxi drivers are afraid to take us because one police saw this taxi driver take the demonstrator, they worry for arrest. So we ran away, and one taxi driver stopped us. Okay, he said, what do you want to do? Doesn't matter, go straight. So we go inside and go down. We stop on the way. And, I feel so scary, and I delete my Facebook account for a short while, Then I listening what will happen, but we are good luck. Next day, after we demonstrate, February 5th, next day, 3,000 workers are coming from different townships to near downtown. Then huge demonstration coming. Then police forget about us, If they don't come 3,000 workers in February 5th, police were trying to find us for sure. Yeah, because they have not busy. Yeah, because a lot of media on publish about my face and my photo. Yeah, you can find on Google like I will send you later. So my face and my, if February 5th are not happening, big demonstration stuff, so police are easy to find us. But
so you were from the 15 minutes that you went out and that you were filmed. Do you think that was enough to put you on a list at that time?
Yeah. So in this time, we are not targets because lots of 3,000 workers are coming at and every day more and more crazy. So that we are not stop demonstration. We are also making new sound in the demonstration called One Day. Have you watched before?
Right. So that was solidarity, the solidarity of those workers that came out to speak for their own freedom was what saved you. And this is something that we're seeing in these protests overall is that I think before 2021 and previous times, they would target people who were active. They would kill and imprison and chase away those, and everyone else would be silent and would just stay in their homes and hope that they wouldn't be targeted. But that's not what we're seeing in 2021. We're seeing the military starts to go after these people. So all these people over here start to make a noise and start to come out, and then they get distracted. And there's too many people and too much noise for any one person to be especially targeted and dangerous. Why don't you tell our listeners who haven't watched it what this One Day, people can see it on YouTube if they look. But for now, why don't you tell us what the song is about?
Yeah, this song is about, in 5 months ago, we wrote this song also criticized to dictatorship because even we are under our democracy time, we still feel not free because of military control from behind. So we are amazing and writing this song. One day we are totally got freedom, and one day we have a new society, new human being without oppressing and without oppress and without discrimination. So we wrote this song. Imagine one day what we imagine. Imagine one day what we believe. One day will be beautiful. So we wrote this song, and lots of people helping us to make music video during the protest.
That's what I was going to ask. I mean, I've been amazed. You have been shooting, producing, editing, releasing music videos at a time like this when there's a military coup happening. And you're doing it with a pretty short turnaround. So I was just wondering, how in the world have you been able to consistently be writing new music, shooting new videos, producing those videos and releasing them? How have you managed to do that with so much chaos going on?
And this song is, we are not writing song. No, we are writing this song. I mean, we are not writing in this time. We already wrote this song 5 months ago. But all lyrics are exactly what's happening right now. So we wanna produce this song. We already we already finished this song for record. Just need to release.
So you already shot the footage?
No footage, just a song.
You wrote the music, so you shot the footage during the protests?
Yes.
But that itself is incredible, that in a time when all of this is going on, when you're concerned about your own personal safety, that, okay, the music, the words were already written, but you actually filmed the video of you guys singing it and of being on the streets, and then you produced and released it. I mean, that's just incredible to be able to do that kind of work at a time like this.
Yeah. In this time, we are thinking about, we want to be part of the protest, and we want to show, because everybody have to change to break the system. Everybody have to change to make one day beautiful. So, but in this time also so scary because everywhere police, everywhere soldier, so difficult to make music video. That's why we choose early morning. Hey guys, okay, who want to have to make this music video? A lot of people say they wanna have filmmaker and punks and other people. Okay, I will organize car. Let's make meeting. Early morning we will shoot. I wanna put the shooting on pagoda, because shooting pagoda is the trademark of Myanmar, the golden pagoda, behind punk the pagoda. So we should wait 4 a.m. early morning. But no one go out, check outside, the police or soldier, because of 4 a.m. kind of everyone is sleeping, So we will go 4 a.m., but we should stay in the car. We have 3 cars. 3 big trucker. Don't go out. Stay in the car and looking what happened outside. Then when sunrise is coming, please go out everyone. Then we use only 20-minute shooting and run away, okay? Then a lot of people are coming around 6 a.m. coming out to the main road. At the same time, military car and police car are coming in our road. Then we are so scary. Okay, just sitting down. Like we don't care, we are just kind of like, hey, if they ask, we say, no, we are not doing politics, we're just making music video for our album, we wanna lie. But we are good luck, most of them are sleeping, police and soldiers. Even they don't look at us, 3 or big truck or police car going, they don't look at us. I saw lots of soldiers and police are sleeping on the car. And we are making music video, like this is one thing. Only 20 minutes, we shoot, hurry, and we go different place, and we go different place. Also, we try to demonstrate, and we go different place. One day, only we need 1 day for 1 day song. Got so tired. We wake up early morning, 4 a.m. till we finish 8 p.m.
Yeah, that's amazing to shoot a video under those conditions and then release it. Well, let's listen to the full soundtrack of One Day Now.
for your rights, fight for your life. There's a time for revolution. Ready, fight, fight, fight. 就这样不die, die, die. Can't get on and fight, fight, fight. 就这样不die, die, die, die.
you have a plan to do more videos?
No, because we are not so comfortable to make music video all the time because just sometimes. Also, some of my friends, they are not happy to make music videos so much. For example, our drama, we don't like this kind of music video. We don't want to be. He want to improve more music, not about showing how we are, how we play. So he feels shy. So we are not so often to make music video, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe one day, we should make. If we shouldn't make. So, but I don't want to make all the time music video and showing to the people and not like a poster. We don't want to make poster all the time. So.
Right. Yeah, definitely understood. You also released this song called "The Night Will Not Be Silenced." You collaborated with other Yangon-based punk bands. What was that like?
Yeah. This group. They are working in Myanmar. They have band. This is not first song. I also make. This is second song. I also make first song with them or about Black Lives Matter movement with this band. Also, this is a lot of band. Some band from Gaza Show, he play guitar. Some band from Slim Shaw, they shouting with us. Some band from August, they singing with us. Also, River Riot, I'm part of the, it's solidarity song. Also, we really sounded, ACAB also about these groups.
Yeah, that was a really beautiful song. And especially the end of the song, you do like a punk version of this protest anthem that everyone's singing. And it's just so incredible. It's what you kindly allowed us to use as an intro in our podcast. And it's just a perfect sound to combine your punk energy with the traditional protest song we're hearing all over the country. And why don't we listen to it now?
Hãy subscribe cho kênh Ghiền Mì Gõ để không bỏ lỡ
Some have compared your band with Pussy Riot in Russia. And it's interesting because you guys actually, half of your names are the same, Pussy Riot and Rebel Riot. So I'm curious do you see your role in Burmese society right now similar in any way to what Pussy Riot has been doing in Russia?
Yeah, people know Pussy Riot very well because of 2011, they are doing against Pussy in Kerala. No, they are not Pussy, they are against Putin. So Pussy Riot against the Putin in 2011 at the Kremlin church. So they arrested. So this news is very popular in Myanmar. So Aung San Suu Kyi trying to push to Putin to release Pussy Riot, the more popular Pussy Riot in Myanmar, 2011, I think. Yeah, so yeah, but people are even in this time, lots of people don't know River Riot. Like the River Riot is earlier than Pussy Riot. We are from 2007, they are from 2010, I guess. Yeah, but not mention each other.
Right. Do you see any similarities between what they're trying to do with their music and their activism in a society that lacks freedom in Russia and what role you're seeing with your band Rebel Riot here in Myanmar?
We are not so similar. They are more radical and they are more politic than us. Also, they are more brave than us. Because we are more, a little bit we are peace. We are not so much criticized we are not so much, we are not so much, so strong like what they point to. I don't know how to say. Different. They are very radical than us.
Right. I understand. I want to look also at the role of art in Myanmar society, but especially now. Now that the coup has broke, we've just seen a level of activity and courage and expression among Burmese artists that I think has always been there, but has never really been expressed to the extent and the form that we're seeing now. And this obviously includes music and musicians like you, but we're also seeing it in graffiti and artwork on walls. We're seeing it in especially in painting, just extraordinary painting that is coming out depicting almost on a daily basis of what people want to express about what they're seeing and they're feeling. We're seeing it in poetry and in writing as well. Really, in all forms, we're seeing like this blossoming of art, and in some ways, it actually kind of reminds me of what we saw in the U.S. in the Vietnam era, where we had this terrible bloody struggle in our own country. And the artist really rose up at that time to give a kind of voice and creativity and freedom that maybe couldn't be expressed any other way. So I'm curious what you think about what you're seeing from Burmese artists at this time and what you think the role of the artist is during these days.
Lots of artists they angry, they have lots of hope for future. Now they feel like they can create so much. They worry for censor with military coup. So a lot of artists they should make more loud. I believe in creation and revolution together. This is make people will see more view because of creation is the more loud than without creation. They can show some photo, graffiti, or some painting or music. They should make more solidarity and doing different creation right now more and more. So people will be more motivated because the artists can motivate to everyone. So I think artists is very important for every revolution. They should wake up all the time and they trying to make people open eye and open mind. this creation is we need, and I believe this is more stronger than any other. For example, like a Banksy is very, my favorite art.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. I mean, that really speaks to what the artist is able to do now and what you guys are doing. Of course, artists and celebrities have no more protection at this time in Myanmar than the average citizen. In some cases, they actually have less. They're actually targeted. We know that some celebrities have been imprisoned, others are in hiding, and warrants are out for their arrest. You had referenced that one of your friends, a Karen reggae singer, was arrested. How about you? Are you increasingly worried for your safety these days?
No, I not feel safe. I always scary and worry all the time. I try to make happy myself every day and try to motivate myself. I always worry for one day wanna arrest me.
That's a heavy burden to carry.
Yeah. So scary,
Are you taking precautions?
No, I sleeping in the same house because I don't wanna hide. Even I have not comfortable. I not hide. I feel more confident myself.
But there are a lot of people hiding these days.
Yeah. They're hiding. But I also feel safe at my place. My place, I feel safe. That's why. Different places, I less confident.
Right. So you're staying at your own place, but you're continuing to make protest music, all the while feeling less and less safe and more scared. So I can't imagine going day by day and week by week carrying that burden and that fear of wanting to be a free artist who expresses in the way that you do towards this movement of freedom, while also being afraid how cruel and brutal and ruthless this military is.
Yeah, if I hide, sometimes the people from my neighbor, they are spying or military people. So usually everybody not safe. If they can find it, easy to find. But you can go to Kenyan state, but also this is not safe by civil war, Maybe your hide places can be also bomb is coming to your place.
But this is not stopping you from expressing yourself.
A lot of people say I should hide, but I don't know why should I hide. I have more confidence and more relaxed here. I can stay music. I can contact with my friends, and this is most. But I'm prepared if they arrest or they kill. I prepared my mind to be ready for this. I want to do what I believe every second, every minute, every day.
Right. Is this fear affecting how you engage? In other words, are you thinking to take a break from making music or from being public, either online or outside?
Yeah, right now I feel more safe if I'm doing what I believe every time, This is I feel more safe.
Well, this is a time in Myanmar society that we're seeing levels of courage and selflessness and unity like we've never seen before. And, uh, all of our thoughts are with you as you're using your immense talents and your creativity to make music and to give, as you say, that music is giving a certain kind of energy and motivation for many people who don't have the creative talent you have, but that are unified with you. As you mentioned before, you have 3,000 workers who come out into the street, and probably very few of those 3,000 are able to make music. But by being out on the street, they saved you that day, and you in return are giving them energy and giving them motivation. So it's this beautiful relationship there. Yeah. I know that you have a lot of international fans. You have a lot of punk listeners and other people around the world who follow you, like your videos, like what you're doing. Um, how can these people be of support of you? For the people that are listening to this and that are not in Myanmar, that feel very upset about the situation, but don't really know what they can do. How can they be of service? How can they support what you're doing right now?
They can show solidarity up there, whatever they can, by music or by products or Myanmar embassy or doing something and solidarity for us. Also, they can donate money to hear what community needs to our organization or to other organizations who have been to the people. So they can help us. That's it, I think.
And anyone that donates to our site and wants the funds to be able to go through you, we've gotten funds to you before, so that's another way that we can make sure that those who want to financially support what you're doing, and you're doing so much. I mean, you're creating music as an artist, but you're also using all of these funds to actually go out and buy food and cook things and go into neighborhoods that are really being traumatized and brutalized, and you're giving food to some of those worst neighborhoods. I think you went to Thakata last time, is that right?
Yeah, Takeda last time.
Right, and that was really brutalized by military. Did you feel safe in going there?
No, but we made strategy. Like a music video, I did. We go early morning. We are using donation when they are sleeping time. We don't go afternoon. When we go to music video, we use early morning, like 4 a.m. So a lot of police are sleepy and they don't focus us. Also, when we make food donation to the people, we use early morning around 5:30 or 6 a.m. Then we donate and we come back. Sometimes around 9 or 10, and not so late.
Right. So some of the donation that we received through our platform that we got to you then use that to buy food and to go to Takeda, which was a terribly hit area, very brutalized a couple weeks ago. And to guarantee your own safety, you had to go at a certain time, and you did that, and you were able to use the donation that our donors provided through us, and you were able to give food to some of those areas that were really, really hit in a hard way, and that few people were coming in to support them. So, just really, really so brave and kind in how you're able to help those communities.
Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you so much for taking this time. Before I let you go, this is a platform where you're able to speak to other listeners around the world. Is there anything else you'd like to share, that you'd like to have your voice get out there that we didn't cover already in the interview?
Yeah, it's okay. I hope everyone understand my broken English. Because my English is so horrible. I know myself sometimes. I know this is broken English. I know this, but I already talk, So I hope everybody not confuse what I say.
You're fine. And thank you so much for taking this time. I know it's getting late there. I mean, you're talking to us as security forces. They're outside your home. So I know this is no easy thing.
Just for motivation myself. Otherwise, I feel guilty because of this day I am not part of demonstrate, because I am very visible and people easy to remember. Police are around, so I don't comfortable myself part of in demonstrate. But I supporting from behind. What do they need? Food or money or the stuff? What do they need? I support from behind, but I don't show my face on the street because of I'm not comfortable. I'm very visible. They easy to remember me, so that's why I hide. So after I hide, I not hide from my home. I stay same home, but I hide from protest because of my fashion and my style is very easy to remember. But if I stay home, I am not part of demonstrate. I feel guilty a lot. That's why I want to make motivation myself. Today I go to recording to make our new album. Also early morning going to karate. Also doing funeral bombs movement. Also supporting CDM people from behind. So this is made me respect myself. Otherwise, I feel guilty a lot.
Well, I don't think there's any need for you to feel guilty. I think you're doing so much right now, and you're helping people in so many ways, and especially through your art. I mean, that's really a gift that you have, and that's something that you're able to offer at this present moment that very few people are. And I think that there's a lot of people going out into the streets that are doing lots of things with your music and your energy and your words that are motivating and pushing them through.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. And thank you for spending time with us. And we really wish you to be safe.
Thank you. You are welcome.
As inspiring as it was to hear today's guest, I know from experience that when you're listening from so far away, there can also be a certain kind of helplessness in hearing about the struggle that people like them are now engaged in. Thankfully, we have organized a reliable way for interested listeners to provide valuable assistance to those local communities. All donations will be sent to support the protesters currently resisting the military coup. By taking an active role in helping support the movement, you can ensure that people like today's speaker have even a few more resources to draw on and can manage even another week more in their efforts. If you would like to join in our mission to support those in Myanmar who are resisting the military coup, we welcome your contribution in any form, currency, or transfer method. Every cent goes immediately and directly to funding those local communities who need it most. Donations go to support such causes as the Civil Disobedience Movement, CDM, families of deceased victims, and the purchasing of protective equipment and medical supplies. Or if you prefer, you can earmark your donation to go directly to the guest you just heard on today's show. In order to facilitate this donation work, we have registered a new nonprofit called Better Burma for this express purpose. Any donation you give on our Insight Myanmar website is now directed to this fund. Alternatively, you can visit our new Better Burma website, which is betterburma.org, and donate directly there. In either case, your donation goes to the same cause, and both websites accept credit cards. You can also give via PayPal by going to paypal.me/betterburma. Additionally, we can take donations through Patreon, Venmo, GoFundMe, and Cash App. Simply search Better Burma on each platform and you'll find our account. You can also visit either website for specific links to those respective accounts or email us at info@betterburma.org. In all cases, that's Better Burma, one word, spelled BETTERBURMA. If you would like to give in another way, please contact us. Thank you so much for your kind consideration. You've been listening to the Insight Myanmar podcast. We'd appreciate it very much if you could rate, review, and/or share this podcast. Every little bit of feedback helps. You can also subscribe to the Insight Myanmar podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever else you get your podcasts to make sure you don't miss any of our upcoming episodes. If you can't find our feed on your podcast player, please just let us know and we'll ensure it can be offered there in the future. Also, make sure to check out our website for a list of our complete episodes, including additional text, videos, and other information available at insightmyanmar.org. And I also invite you to take a look at our new nonprofit organization at betterburma.org. There was certainly a lot to talk about in this episode, and we'd like to encourage listeners to keep the discussion going. Make a post, request specific questions, and join in on discussions currently going on the Insight Myanmar podcast Facebook group. You're also most welcome to follow our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts by the same name. If you're not on social media, feel free to message us directly at info@insightmyanmar.org. Or if you'd like to start up a discussion group on another platform, let us know and we can share that forum here. Finally, we're open to suggestions about guests or topics for future episodes. So if you have someone or something in mind, please do be in touch. We would like to take this time to thank everyone who made this podcast possible. Currently, our team consists of 2 sound engineers, Mike Bink and Martin Combs. There's of course Zach Hessler, content collaborator and part-time co-host. Ken Pransky helps with editing, and a special Mongolian volunteer who is asked to remain anonymous does our social media templates. In light of the ongoing crisis in Myanmar, a number of volunteers have stepped in to lend a hand as well, and so we'd like to take this time to appreciate their effort in our time of need. And we're always on the lookout for more volunteers during this critical time, so if you'd like to contribute, definitely let us know. We'd also like to thank everyone who has assisted us in arranging for the guests we've interviewed so far. And of course, we send a big thank you to the guests themselves for agreeing to come on and share such personal, powerful stories. Finally, we're immensely grateful for the donors who made this entire thing possible. We want to remind our listeners that the opinions expressed by our guests are their own and don't necessarily reflect the host or other podcast contributors. Please also note that as we are mainly a volunteer team, we do not have the capacity to fact-check our guest interviews. By virtue of being invited on our show, there's a trust that they will be truthful and not misrepresent themselves or others. If you have any concerns about the statements made on this or other shows, please contact us. This recording is the exclusive right of Insight Myanmar Podcast and may not be used without the expressed written permission of the podcast owner, which includes video, audio, written transcripts, or excerpts of any episodes. Also not meant to be used for commercial purposes. On the other hand, we're very open to collaboration, so if you have a particular idea in mind for sharing any of our podcasts or podcast-related information, please feel free to contact us with your proposal. If you would like to support our mission, please welcome your contribution. During this time of crisis, all donations now go towards supporting the protest movement in Myanmar through our new nonprofit, Better Burma. You may give by searching Better Burma on PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, GoFundMe, and Patreon, as well as via credit card at betterburma.org/donation. You can also give right on our Insight Myanmar website, as all donations given there are directed towards the same fund. And with that, we're off to work on the next show, so see you next episode.